Me pese mon fastiano emami. Mon fastiano emami. Mon memistiano. Na minchikano. Enko baby ayesi eko. Mon memistiano. Mon fastiano emami. Mon memistiano. Na minchikano.
Adaminya wabiu. Adaminya wabiu. Muntina yamsa. Nana formula wa for Monsadio. Nana formula wa for Monsadio. Namo maje the kunini. Namo maje. Adaminya wabiu. Adaminya wabiu. Muntina yamsa. Nana formula wa for Monsadio. Nana formula wa for Monsadio. Namo maje the kunini.
Hello.
All right, I was done for 1 hour with Monufini and there Quesiada Aria, be sharing the Siso, Yam Quasar, and I say, yeah, Quabano. This is how we're going to do the show. In Tiababe Ghana, Juma. Number mount, the greatest stories of all time are this week in Ase. Abobo Abamti. That is the breaking news, and that is something I'm going to do with you today in FDA. So what question be in the comment section of Pacho ubetimi enemy abon komo abom 1 hour with Monufie. Send out the be a midin any William Monufie amankona. Our WhatsApp line is on the screen. Say open say any encounter, any communication or whatever. I think so you can take our time and then we do this kind of discussions. Minya malam bibia boko de kentampo boko de. That's me show say kentampo MP or boy juma pa on. All right. Yenyenesa. Na abusa for ya sha say na mo kai Koku Anyidohu. Yeah, former Deputy General Secretary of NDC, Kwaku Anyidohu. Kwaku bashi John Mama, bashi na to the sense Kwaku can say John Mama Korano. Ain't we mayor president in that? Now, and then surprisingly, news about say Kwaku say NDC agency the headquarters able to JJ Rollins and Kwaku say is the best idea. So over maybe the last 5 or 6 years, the first time me matse Kwaku Anyidohu. I can't say pa. And I abo NDC abaso any. Said TV da. Kwaku akwa around at the NDC attempt na hoko board and now dan Kwaku for the money na amfa. Na Kwaku fi say be NPP for better man position or koye na amfa. Kwaku say NDC for me agency the headquarters ever to His Excellency former President JJ Rollins there is the best in NDC for aye. So according to Kwaku Anyidohu no. On the NDC ba power ni nyina who say NDC for ya dibia. Ghana for ebo John Dramani Mama Basui. Kwaku si onte here. Alright malam, medase say MP ni ye boy dwuma kwa dia medase. But I think say mo MP no ye man post bia na meboa. But anyway, ye say positions in there or ho. Me am so the board be so. Nti ye how our system na ebeko. Na afide ye mfa ne sa because amamu no me am who say enyankwala agoro enye easy nti gise ye ma His Excellency John Dramani Mama America kra na afide or the toto enema kakra nti kentampo fo munya arishemu say president ebe humu beti mutufre. I think so that is our president no or ye ne kakra we amamu we na enye gidigidi a slow but sure ye nyine wa arishemu say ye kwani slowly but we who say ebe kakra na ahete to where we all want. Enti Kwaku Anyidohu say ono de NDC ba power ya Ghana for ebo John Dramani Mama and his administration abaso no Kwaku si ono onte ye. But the only thing ono who say ya the papa they say NDC here the headquarters equal to JJ Rollins. Other than that no Kwaku si on there say dollar abafo mo currency e gina fa kun say economy na e build you unemployment rate e kwosoro say niema e kwosoro Kwaku si ono onte ye. Gold board nyina Kwaku so no hu ye na mum we nko ade wate and that's Kwaku why are they I think that this is what we all need say who say aban bi abaso na oyade papa e pa cho no abona baso because amamuo ene ye man ene ye chiche. But surprisingly something shocks me today. Ade bi ye me nwa kakra e pa cho okaye papa Martin Amidu, the first special prosecutor in the country. Nana Ado Dan Kwaku Fado eje na dwen kire ansa na even the Special Prosecutors Act no ye date ye ya na Matemidu ye NDC ni by kofa ne say o may the first special prosecutor in Ghana. At a point ono ankasa and resign ye, nobody sacked him out. He called the president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the then president, which is now a former president, say he is the mother serpent of corruption. And that he, Matemidu, Entimini Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, oye mother serpent of corruption, and Nyajuma, go who's NPP for the year. Into also Entimini Nyajuma, into a resign ye. But surprisingly, no Matemidu no Jai, special prosecutor, has never seen anything good. Ewo kisi ejabe muda. The latest Matemidu deba out and say, even kisi ejabe ya onwa kase, former finance minister Ohian Wagana papa ne se omano na papa na se da kote ba bi so yare no. Matemidu say o ka kire kisi ejabe se wo sere obi o yare wo so yare corona bi be ye wo. Until now, Matemidu, the champion man of corruption in Ghana, ompe katasishene proye. Obi also no oye mrenim ni ya ono de law ene ye adwuma no. Matemidu say kisi ejaben e de yare ene esre former finance minister. Inti kisi ejaben should take care enya sa yare korona bi be ye no. E pa che mamen kan se Matemidu aka wa ha kire kisi ejaben. Matemidu say I'm reading exactly. This is quotation mark from Matemidu. But let Kisi Ejaben be told that former Chief Justice I.K. Iban made light of Mr. Justice G.E.K. Aiken's prostate cancer with disparaging statements about him. Justice Iban also developed prostate cancer and died 12 days after being blackmailed by voluntary retirement. The former special prosecutor is quoted to have said, what Matemidu can say? Na Ghana, your former Chief Justice Bia or Yari Onya prostate cancer. Na the predecessor na your friend G.K. Aikens Ede Yariene Sereno. Now he also ended up getting the same prostate cancer within 12 days. And he is cautioning Kisi Ejaben say, or no one said Kisi Ejaben former finance minister. What surprises me here and they say, sometimes I don't even understand. And I say some people are so good at the law. Say things they say, you know. Kisi Ejaben has never ever. Kisi Ejaben former finance minister and seminar on fire Arabia answering that. Mamenya ne kesi na wetimi akan. Me who say Kisi Ejaben de Arabia esre yera kenufurata. But what Kisi Ejaben is saying is say. Sa document na mokofa free baby say papa ne yare da hospital pass no also no ngini he believes a fake entikia ne ke ono here former finance minister our Ghana say omra no miss the questions and I was expecting Matemidu to say he would told the same line say because he believes in the rule of law say ABN different ideas about Nemala Kisi Ejaben based on the law there. I was expecting here Matemidu to say he would have told the line of the legal viewpoint. But rather he has chosen not to go on the legal viewpoint, but rather no on a different tangent. No, it's trying to mean say, oh, the reason why Kisi Ejaben will even say that certificate in the guitar area at the second of no correct. And for that matter, Matemidu believes say Kisi Ejaben is straight papa no. Sometimes statesmen of society, they keep confusing the younger ones. They keep making us confused because we don't even understand what they mean by these kind of things. Because here Matemidu, mrano minim se mrano winim, and now jem mrano sudi. But it seems to say the same position now who hold the yeah, okay, one says person because you saw Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and his administration and they were a bunch of corrupt people. So you couldn't work with corrupt people. What statement I would about out of no, and that is why you made every single Ghanaian believe say, "Oh, they are a champion of master won't pay corruption." So you were not going to work with any corrupt administration until one case you penned down your own resignation letter and handed it over to Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And again, one man also publish here. Am I going to be a can be We all trusted you because that is how I believe democracy should work. So when now no be here, Juma. Now the nipa ne man or na one ne nya you walk off. And until I blame Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Because Sen Mahmoud Bawumia turning the whole blaming and out of them for this administration, saying some of the things that went on in that particular administration, he was not part and parcel of it. Because you stayed with Nana Dankwa for almost 16 good years. 8 years in opposition, you still believed in Nana Dankwa. You won power 8 years, you were the vice president. And it's all 10 because there may be a course in the administration. Well, you were not part of it because you were just a vice president. I don't agree with you. That is my viewpoint on Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And it seems to be the same thing Enehera Matiamidu is doing here. But Matiamidu, and the people be that surprises me always. Because sometimes Matiamidu keeps on confusing me. I don't know. Wow, him or whatever you think about the same American, you can also share your viewpoint in the comment section. Because Matiamidu Magana for United States on corruption. That's on corruption there. That's a Kisieja Amiaba air fighting the same war now you couldn't fight and you just opted out. You ran away from fighting corruption. If he is fighting the same administration, you told us that they were corrupt now. Why are you blaming him now on moral grounds but not on legal grounds? Oh, Abdul, Charlie, Tachima is saying, Tachima South. Why the one? Me constituency, you know. Chamanu for Charlie Ushana. Salutima Bakacha Chama said, I'm a friend about Manano. Namna watching every year be a many Chama and a win nam until this year. Nam on fan tour, I'll come and take my own. The Rolf Kacha Chamanu for us and say, I'm there, I'll come. My Jimmy Nam, my own fan door, Jimmy. Tachima South, that is my constituency, and I believe say the people of Tachima South, most of you will be watching me. This is 1 hour with Munufie Medin and William Munufie Amankona. I'll do this particular live show 1 hour. Hitting on. I'll be back again. Oh, senior. Me senior Bakubi about live. Me senior Chris. I'm first senior commenting to on our screen. Now if they hear comment the senior there. Also, we never knew that the late Judge Akins died of prostate cancer. It's unethical for Martin Amidu to disclose this to the public. Shame on him. See, now sometimes as I'm saying, Martin Amidu keeps confusing most of us. And for me, I don't even understand Martin Amidu anymore. Sometimes some of the things that Martin Amidu it seems to say as a Ghana no ono kwane ne niate. That is something I've seen about Martin Amidu. He seems to be the only wise man in Ghana, or the only wise person in Ghana, and he never see anything good in anybody. With Atamels, Martin Amidu was part and parcel of Atamels administration. Odi Atamels attempts Papa Farouk, I'm live on the show. Until Farouk, me are from Baraka de Sala. Farouk Samu, when she Baraka de Sala, I'm live on the show. Until me are from. But that's Papa Farouk. All right. Until me uncle Farouk from Wenchi Ephraim, and I'm with Farouk sometimes. This year they went me Uncle Ghana. Until senior Chris, Martin Amidu keeps confusing us. Even at the same Wakano. Anyone can say. E was say obi yare obi wa yare wu utimdi nipa ne yare ebetuja. Sometimes they keep confusing us. Martin Amidu unye nipa ketwasa in our society. I know say position we kwa Kisieja abekita no we hold the same position da. Enti eba ne say na ne you don't see anything good in Papa in Kisieja aben. And you now are telling us say Kisieja aben fighting or ne ayi fighting no. At the Fufrobi and on any fighting, and you are not using the legal grounds to accuse him, but rather you are going on the moral grounds. Well, Ghana's sanity, if that is what we want, so society because sometimes some of these people they keep confusing the younger ones. Into my younger ones, I think I need to pick Farouk Samu on the line. Farouk Samu.
Hey, Bongo man.
You are live on 1 hour with Munufi. Now, when she Salah Mudi is saying.
Oh, Eremia.
Alaji Haruna Kunan Kiri was saying.
Okay.
Alaji Haruna kunantwi sen.
Asa Alaji Haruna de yeah, wani ni ofa na kai boom. Ena ono no we nipa adom.
Okay.
Parliament, uko ministry, awenche hasi kronki ina zufo na ese wasoto mo up. But most often no, wani ni ofa na kabo mu ye omunyo manti. Won't mean just said, do you see and I say no kwe de mum de na obi kumi se bia.
Obechama NDC Obonyam. Farouk, you are live on the show. Let me ask you this particular question and sana majawama wako. Special prosecutor.
Okay.
Say he is seeking say former finance minister should come back to Ghana. Meanwhile, na Martin Mido adwin no, or say special prosecutor at the yare and a former finance minister. What do you take on this?
Martin Mido say former finance minister at the yare.
Or say special prosecutor at the yare and a former finance minister. Meaning say he doesn't even believe say a Jumana special prosecutor and a Jumakai and Oye.
Well, I don't know. So we heard the other way around, you know. From Cecilia Dafa, Eba, friend saying, we hear cases since I be a special prosecutor from one of my family, and Uncle Side of Feminine. You who, me, there will be some of me who admit to be a on
okay.
Because the mobile cell will perform a specific task. So, specific task is what the or Ghana chrono. Financial loss to the state, and now I bought Payama Ghana Aboka Biarano. So, I'm to me prepared for an France court. Now, up to now, no, are very clear in the case of like Cecilia Dapa, the Coco Huska, and I discovered several accounts when I more. You only on my Matami Dunangasano, apart on one account, Gangajuan crimes. Gangajuan crimes now by no. Still, Yinya, a friend saying, go buy all night. In Nipa way shimu ebede di any ayerga so no de okoko fire or no na dwen say we investigating the ambulance on ato edi ama oma omuni bi oni kurum.
Yes.
Secondly, so can't say even say Nanadu is the mother serpent of corruption, but you am prepare am for court me say don't say Nipa so de in court when we lawyers you only have to prove it. You have to prove say bia Nipa no we and sana bia court Mati na and he said, Wapejan in Sam.
Or say what Judgment
and a special prosecutor so by no. I teacher second one over and so the way I who said, I saw a back a cranny say, Obey Clema, I must say, Airbus 1, 2, Nina Sophanina, who tried that idea go Ghana for anyone. Trouble actually, Agumam, a 2 mamma for IDG power. And here, as me, expertise say, on Mobeshana, on Bayadra, because mine a binimu dig mining. For example, they say information me pick here and say most of the contracts are say ya what do you know? Ya clear contracts has been 2, 3 fulls. Or a clear the car fully. Now I say generate another receipt. No, the certificate, no, the clear car 20. When I be brave, identify so to me now obviously Ghana from billions of dollars. Imagine say bia teaching could be Ajuma ya dima contractor bi no bia we ye no nanga say e twen ka man akwa another certificate akwa ya san kwa the third one sa cases yi na go your clear evidence of PDS France PDS scandal your several scandals are ade the fee I won say win scandals the expertise of we be Ajuma and former minister of finance ye the Ghana bibia ne share for finance ye hu reckless Saudi I be pim na wakokwe baby no ye nya hwehwemu ne hu se na kwose wo yare na wo yare a ne yare no do investigations be born one na say ampa say wo yare dia ye nya abutrema no na question bia I say wansa no ho ana say mere bia obeti apo no nombra ansa na ntimi nya your friend say baby asam no obi bia wadi ganya ana say wadi gana body bia no entry na so say be ya ye end this for ya ba no e di situation na ba be share nsa and so ma what you very clear say ube di body bia wo so onfa honi nti sa adwo na epe.
All right, Farouk, na kiranka
mate
all right nti Farouk Samu ena menene kasa from Wenchi Farouk Samu, a very staunch NDC member or Wenchi constituency in the Bono region. And Farouk joined the show live on this particular hour, 1 hour with Monufie. And let's keep on the fire burning. Now, Fide, Yamo, Niamano, and Koso. Alaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, I can't simbi the Ghana for, and I like that particular statement. Always, I keep referring to him and NPP and Ghana for by those kind of statements. The Pacho Yenti and Sama Alaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, I can't the Ghana for.
Data brings light. People who don't like light don't like data. So when you see a politician trying to talk, you just say, bring the data to support what you are saying. And let us talk.
All right. Into the former vice president, I was leading NPP in the history of Ghana. I been see that say, data brings light. It is a usia politician be no or kasa or or for facts and the brand no one kasa. Mahmoud Bawumia can't Ghana for these were his words. I have not said anything. Hey, Mr. NPP now we had the way. Now so be Bawumia based on issues and yet based on how you rather than you feel about something. No, that is not how I think. We are going to present the data. Now for the data now. Actually, Niema Bebria, a course or minum, and I say a course or Ghana. As a Ghana Nibiano. Ote. Let's discuss the District Assembly Common Fund. Or Ghana. And then we are going to do comparison. Ewo, Nanado Danko Kufado Mereso. Mahmoud Bawumia or CM for data in Yajumano. Yet the data Nankasa Bibisa or no one Kasa question. Now see the data be some Mahmoud Bawumia questioner. Now NPP did not say answer be in the comment section of Fabra Uni Bia Mr. Kamanutum. Because this is how I present issues. I present issues based on facts. The mini factor, I don't come on board. Mr. Do you agree with me? We are going to present data. That is what we're going to do. Finance Minister say the current finance minister Obo Juma Ghana ni even including NPP for Eman Fancy. This is assembly no. BAB received 25 million chobabo Ghana cedis in this particular year, 2025. 25 million Ghana cedis for development. 25 million Ghana cedis for development. If any now Toshi. And then another Danko Kufado no na ono na ye District Assembly Common Fund Administrator, and I said the administrator of District Assembly's Common Fund. Epacho. Na maami nipa bia MMDCEs nyano mu gado the whole of Ghana. And then another Danko Kufado no na Toshi ene administrator of the District Assembly's Common Fund. But na MMDCEs in Ejano. The reason why I know Mugano. The Pacho Mokai say Alaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia catch the Ghana for say in their administration on Bema each constituency beyond $1 million per every year. And Tinanka we assume is 8 years on the administration. Nanka each district be or constituency beyond it's about now $8 million sika for development. Yet, okwa District Assembly sina na sika yerebe pra kwa na ebini ho. I'm telling you, me Tachima municipality. Na sika yerebe cleaning ewo Tachima kwa na there was no money in the system. Because abane de na no kwa ene kae. Na MMDCEs be said now to she say sika no wo hemfa. Ohun bebe sika na fa. Enti let anybody in NPP prove me wrong say the constituency of Enya $8 million from Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo and Alaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's administration. They got none. What they were doing, they say, but now Ghana. In some back also Ghana and Nanado, but the only problem is say, not many of them almost rose on Beka. I'm from free hamra, then you might understand me. Mokai say not honorable Dambochi and now a minister of local government. And then Mayor Mikrum MP, Tachima South MP, Martin James Akosa was one of the deputies. Along the point in the Martin James Akosa, the main minister, Emma Damboche Efiho, But NPP4 did not tell Ghanaians that Damboche resign because of NATO she nema omo because Damboche who say on tena me medicine na net say ye twe wuntu me no ye ba betwe ni bi. O say on timi nyesa adwon. So Damboche went out and me kuro Martin James say cause as on the obetimi aye. Then they gave it to him. And then 4 years. Then my father Damboche 4 years, Martin James 4 years. This is assembly be anywhere. What they were doing is say, what if baby say Techima Municipal Assembly, then Techima was a municipal and a metropolitan. Ghana was Techima of Abaye municipal, and then stuff like that. Some are districts, some are municipal, some are metropolitan. What if I na contractor for a crab? I say yes, me school die. Constituency, and I say o district no. Where I said by law no, nanka I was say. MCE or DCE, ne assembly members should decide projects on Bayer or not, whether there be and now to she any allergy to Tamamudu Bomian and another Nakufu. No. What the now Obi Flynn crying, Abba say, yes, me basic toilet to her, yes, we may school now her. What as MCE or whatever, no, what who win him, one could supervise so and ye. Meaning, say, the local assembly members, they had no idea about the governance in their various constituencies and as the various districts are no. If you think that my analysis or how I'm presenting this data is too fast for you, you can also tell me. Then we take our time. NPP for Assembly of Mataka say NDC any social intervention program be our Ghana. I don't know what they mean by social intervention program, but they have forgotten say the District Assembly Common Fund concept was being introduced by former President JJ Rawlings, NDC founder, NDC president. The District Assembly Common Fund, Emma assemblies between 5 to 8% of Sika Ghana Yen some development was being introduced in Ghana by NDC Abain. But I get fund. It is school then as for. Until now, the Danko Kufa the Becatcher will say, or the free SHS in as for bar, on Kalamunko school, the Asia Munko school, old school dam, Ubi almost a quite many first one, you get funder on country because a NDC social intervention policy. Sometimes we need to explain all these kind of things for the ordinary Ghanaian to know. And the NDC was social intervention policies. But NPP4 would deceive you because the populist ideas and about all the populist social intervention policies, free SHS, that is some of the things that not omoye. They failed to tell Ghanaians that even National Health Insurance Scheme they enjoy to say and this in a pilot here, Bolgatanga also, they have failed to tell Ghanaians all these kind of things. And I think that with time, we need to take our time as people and explain all these things to Ghanaians. And then, South District Assembly Common Fund in a under the able leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and ATO FORSON no. And disbursing over 25 million Ghana cedis to each of them. Someone found Konkoye Mojuma. We in NPP folk assembly members no attain almost more that NDC and ATO FORSON assay. Until we are Ghana near ma we ninja say aban papa aba and with time no ube who the development ebe koso ewo man. Now what the finance minister told Ghana for you and said, let's read everything together. Send a better here. Maybe let me start it from here. Na mama wahun at the corner here. Finance minister say, Abaye tisui edi 987,965,073 Ghana cedis. Ye year consolidated fund in them edi a quarter district assemblies common fund account. Say yen che enfama any district assembly be organ be a. But you see figures in you. We nyanya. Sometimes me wo data bi wo home nsem bi wo ha me ka and ha because the moment I start to say it obi onimi bia ne be hu ni ba call the information ma me we prevent or we protect our sources until I'm person me can I don't want to name some names and yes I can remember bodin but let's take our time with it but for time at the appropriate time at the dini baba but I'm telling you on authority say most of the district assemblies and as the municipal assemblies, they were not even getting in a year, no munya even 1 million Ghana cedis and for development in the various assemblies. It was not coming because now kwabananibiti baby at this kind of so at this kind of on found call what 10% of our can as something school down baby. I can name you a lot of buildings in city or municipal assemblies be who na MCs got to no nim kwan kwan fa so a ya ma contract no onim contractor no enti na wa we NDC and say financier locally no I said me use NPP we NPP financier locally na we need any avenue to even recap the sikana we invest in the party because in every constituency and I say in every the same locality no Obi or finance party might be a businessman office be NPP bar obenya contract be the same with NDC party too because we have been financed individually by people office they will get some contracts to do. But under NPP no now when you chairman won to me unye sika bia until to one contract free baby. That is why all of a sudden chairman won to me on your contractor no yenya documents actually say that chairman won to me adan patupe adan be contractor or your contract e Ghana ho. Until you could see say under NPP no the district assemblies were not resourced properly until ema omu nyina ebe krepoye. They were not getting anything for development. But under John Dramani Mahama no this is fact, this is data. Nyama na screen is it is data. ATO FORSON say NPP time and another district assemblies yema mo be 40% to 50% of the district assemblies common fund or no the time we say or the president akabom apagesi can over 80% from the common fund in the common assemblies in monje na mo fanye modwuma na enye no nko o se wa sign sika amaten fan konkwo hye National Health Insurance Fund num and so 2,33,469,000 Ghana cedis over on that. It a commerce and fankoto the National Health Insurance Fund say no so you make it so say health insurance ebe gina ho yi. E pa cho mama care so e de sika ni bia kwa was to say pion. Na mama fa onko na yemi say ATO FORSON say honorable ATO FORSON 25 million Ghana cedis ya wache edema various assemblies die potting no mo fanye. Pacho breakdown ene da ho no. ATO FORSON say sika na edema mo nyese edema mo sam fan kotwa manumo dabi ATO FORSON say first kana ma MC say onkonkodi. Pacho hear me, take your time and listen to things I'm saying here because I don't want to make mistakes. In the next 10 years we will be saying a question at me. That is why I've taken my time to even give to you the guidelines are ATO FORSON at their moment. In the assembly, this is kind of moment with guidelines included. James also mentions, God bless you, Mr. Munufie, for the good analysis. I'm also from Tachima and I understand exactly where you are coming from. What am I saying there? Minia James. What who pakore da wan koka o. Yes, I will koka. Kina ote hwana special prosecutor for na. Obe frem se kwajo. Na asma me kan yin wa kokan. Nti me mpese me bodi bia. NPP for. Yo, Bulgaria. Na say na who NPP party for no. NPP party including Nanado. Who am I saying?
Jimmy for party jaomo. Who nim say?
What's your NPP adan?
Jimmy for party.
Jimmy for party ni dia no nya den dodo.
Oh. Me jina president Kufuor do nim kwa sha na be kala.
Na Jimmy for party na wo Bulgaria won so ya NPP ni no.
Oh na say me resume Jimmy.
Hey, asemo. Anyway, yanto aso. Hey, yeah, Ghana for. ATO FORSON say 25% of the amount transferred to the district assemblies is to be entitled for the design and construction of 24-hour economic model markets. NPP for the parliament say NDC for 24 hours economic policy in the Bayana ayera. But ATO FORSON is young country must say, including the micro minority leader, say 25% of Sikana or the district assemblies no among konkosi model modern markets in every district are able to operate 24 hours. We need be near Fanyamo NPP for
Jimmy for party job.
Dear be near Fanyamo. In the 24 hours economic policy no are kicking off, but a woman near and a woman who's a kicking off. It is now been effective in Ghana. About your NPP for one to boss in a John Mama administration. A bit baby the mumu yera in the system. When we have when you be no akoka, one to boss ya unyabinka. At the first, the same time, can't say 10% for the construction of health facilities, minimum of 2 chip compounds per assembly. And at the first, it's 60 way in the district assemblies, you know. I saw make sure say at least 2 chip compound there in every assembly be now. Sikana be kwa kosi. Yes, said. Bulgaria, I mean you.
Jimmy for party job. What's your MPP then? A Jimmy for party.
Hey, I say, I don't know. Bulgaria, they wouldn't cheer. 10% of that amount in the moment, you know. For the construction of educational facilities, 1 KG block, 1 primary school block, and 1 junior secondary school block. I'm going to say, the mass assemblies in breakdown of 25 million Ghana citizens at the Afakoye. Meaning, under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and yes, assembly members who can go, but or empower them to be their own bosses in their various assemblies, because per the Constitution of Ghana and then per I said this is Assemblies Common this is Assemblies Act, per the Rights Act no famau. Per the this is Assemblies Act no. Ye jai amamwo no e de ahye mwankasa monsa. Samonje na monfa muman no, that is the Local Government Act. Act 936. The Local Government Act of Ghana of 2016, Act 936. And spell out what administration in that society needs to be used for. The reason why we have assembly members, any Juma assembly members, and yes, will be crime. To say, Mammy, I say, Natoshi, nobody knows assembly and another than Kufa the fan. Or can't you Natoshi? Anama me or no no yeah this is administrator of the district assemblies common fund and another that go fado me nko bi say sika no wo he sika na she obi anim metima chiro ne ma bibiro mo de ye ya ubi say almost say sika no wo he nobody knows where the money went. NPP for amambo no ba yem fa sa enti ye de bi ko si school dan for the provision of potable water, minimum of 10 boreholes for rural assemblies. Inti say the Zikana Matachima Metropolitan Assembly, Honorable Kwakwa James and Kosa, ato FORSON la, men kanchira will say, for Sikahi Koko Tunsuo, Okoko for Ridia Sereswa, for Biko Tunsuo, Hose Beninsua, Unsuta Sereso, Mea Minim, Unsuta Sereso for Beninsua, Honorable Kwakwa James ato FORSON and John Mama la, men kanchira will say, for Sikahi Unsuta Sereso for Kotunsu Mabe. Ba na ba beninsuo fa bi kotunsuo ma be esrew onabo o second chance ni ngu tachiman fo ani mase bo adwuma ma obi ahunu se wa bo adwuma o bo adwuma me ba betena bo ba so wa mo adwuma ba be ka mfansio onabo madam fo no so be ka chero. And for the provision of school furniture and so yes for 10% enko ye for environmental sanitation to say waste management yamfa nkonkoye tachima adwa no fi wom dodo honorable mesrew one kwadwo koki mo adwuma yeda chamonza no nyene no. And under the administration of NDC, this current administration no NDC for outside chire assembly members no say mo ko assembly meetings no sikana de mamo no adwuma we na mo mfa nkonkoye sremu ukoko risk na ko de ko sankwan a yedo kwa ye bodi o ene chama wuntumi ade ne kwa otia no wa wo ade ato no ene chama wuntumi abonyom chama wuntumi da sema ba o ene wa magana mere wa nyina etwa nwom oledi
ada menya bere wa bio Muntin Yamsa. Nana for me for Monsadio, Nana for me for Monsadio, Namamaje, the Kunini.
Already a major document in a chama won't me I be a gano. Hey, Asemo. Chama, or said, I mean, again, and him. A Muntina, Mamma, you say, Chama, one gas for $10 million so they could do a brew. Tikanasi. Hey, and there was a for no more job, Mamma, now to force you of Abaso. But that these things alone is enough for us as people because we need to move on as a society. Because ya nyene sa Ghana and intimate chere inti per the constitution of Ghana and then laws yankasa ya enacted say empower the six assemblies. Now within the various assemblies, let's abide by the rules and regulations. Minor kasana ya chechere. That is how we need to build a society. It is the way assembly members you are being taxed. Say one MC and I say DC or whatever no. Na mo fanyi mudi. Wan you di e wawasemo. E wawasem. Let's move on. You have one key area. I think say a very good saying about Pacho. You hear this particular video. If we are at also.
Say Aquano Okasadodo. I didn't know put me can say or no crano say one kohwa. Nanka onim say every day ni pe ba ho no. Me se bien na why a man na omunya baby ntina. Obekono mu jirigina ho. For my appointees. Sir, take it for me. I'm telling you. Na oma enim ni omo ka no omo ka asem na track masa amanfo bre pass si ame no kasa si appointees no ese say ye fancy you Justin Kudua omunwane no monko hu akufo ado no nko hu kufuo no monko hu otumfo no monfo ma no ntum yesa ano hye me no kasa the next thing obete if you near this you go chief of staff for bag girl wakoji 90 million Ghana cedi from SM Bank. What
one NPP for? NPP for. Say, Papa is it? Oko yokwa. NPP for that sunlight. Komya kobi munya komya ntanazo. I was even surprised in the pokora baba catch Ghana for say na ono so here twina boss o. Hey, NPP party. My catcher almost say one way by 2028 say yet say ekoto ba na NPP party no exist BM na party no agu ba sa we NPP ni a agisa otobo sa we NPP ni a you need to take your time say yes nsem na eba no e ba just mo kai say ye that ye ni a ye de papa yi nsem yo kan ye ni o but one council enye o council NPP for etia that sometimes that is how neman ye wa woni pa bebre the screen so Iraq full Afghanistan full mo de nan ke dim se san group for na FBI na te for yin mo Ghana ni bia de nim se anka afidi o hwe mevinsa left hwa o se papa bi tare ho amenya ne kese na hu papa ni ye papa ni Ira Kenneth Ofori ata nana yaw Ofori ata Kenneth nana yaw amen cha di no me bo na ma chia no o chia no so akọ fast ma baba ka se enyo na asem na wo ka ti o de free ye chem fan so ba bia come and one so e Kenneth nana yaw Ofori ata na de to na akọ akoso so that what I say na kwa kweshe ho papa ye ko ba Interpol for website ya ana o monitor database papa ida ho na yaw e dey boni na we dey oda we ya Ghana for we afide ko hwe ya mo se mo wo pese wo hu boni papa ye dia ko special prosecutor wo Ghana ho na si bo special prosecutor na dey na papa ye ya o say hey papa ye dey na sam dey e pamtoma e di uba me special prosecutor kwa so me website so na me database wa papa yi tar ho papa yi dey na why in fact papa is the Ghana need himself a champion man power members of parliament you need to make president was a president papa yi adwuma we Ghana no e be ma Lucia ba Ghana for see ni gidi ni mu inti park no president say me nyino papa we me champion man me nti me nyino To the extent that some of the members of parliament now, a corner now the say ye finance minister no, eba out be catch the Ghana for say per that statement kekelom kokaino. Some of them were even being poisoned. Ke poison mokumo. Ade mako ka papa yasem. And I say papa you know a very champion man. Na say me din wo Ghana. Any bisa special prosecutor say, "Dear born in a papa ya. Why you na fi Ghana sa hwia, de na koto wi ase mamu nyina. A BBC nyina report say papa ye nyane ba bia ye moa no." Nse say senior Chris, so wonam US ho ba bi na hu papa ya, ye say moa ne bra. Ana special prosecutor say, "Buo papa yi. Gwiri ma wadi Ghana de e dɔɔso. Se me ka say me ka ade be che. Ena si dabi bubu so mai. Also dem mama 5 pe. Na 5 no. E pantuma o. E pantuma. Bashiru onye late chale afi kwa na agoro ne be de. And a special prosecutor say there was this contractor Ghana. Any company be assign ye. The mama from number 1. And I'm waiting come the number 2 kura. If any Beijing CEO technology a BXC. Mami mchana show na China food yuko kana kasi kura wan wi yako kawaterema. Kenelo furata nkwa single handedly e cast a contract num. The baby say dey na oye outwam. Number 1, contractual arrangement between Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited and the Ghana Revenue Authority for the revenue assurance in the petroleum and mineral sector. Almost honso papa yi ho bon ho. Na ni baba ko pe. Na o de on kwa on sem bebrebe. Na die bim na wasia ya. Special prosecutor say buo kan National Cathedral. I did $58 million go to amena no. And so papa yi chop bi akoso ha ne ho bon mu ho. Asemi de yentiase. Number 4, or say share. Namka say no kwa. A Minister of Health contract with Ghana Auto and as a Service Ghana Auto Group Limited for the acquisition and maintenance of 307 ambulances. But you can't get ambulances 7 na moti ase. What kai say meribi? Nkrofo bi ko hu Ghana ambulance na say de fa yare fo no. See de swasment. But you okay? Ya de Ghana ambulance na say de fa yare fo no. O yare na say ambulance, say ambulance bi ni ho. Ya ko hwe ya ambulance no a 90 per car a cement. Ena na ya de fa. Ye so sa asema mekan. Sema mawa unhu a onjini e ba che video ye ba mantie nsem na ekoso video no kwa na pesa wo hwe.
Adana de besini ni bia iji enrade no. Ba ni ade no ma. Ana debi pese mi do sika so. Oh, tie. Si America won chance jenu no jiji a no de atum. Ana tie. Le peut-être we no bala de be ni sika ma. No be so we ko kuma se ni fabra. Me fan ya bu. Pascal va be fa so be won ya wotre. Wa ba be sa mi so ara ti bi won ba. O ba sa ndo.
Ba chozo hu video no. Ghana ambulance ade ane ene say ba Ghana sometimes you know me wo say bi mu ye wiki de o Ghana say ye wo nipa boni fo bi wo Ghana odwi omo ho a wonte ase se wa wo de wo ye Ghana ni ne wa be pagya Ghana ambulance se wo de ambulance no onfa yare fo wo de nka wa say kora na fa kofo funu obi e wawu wo si da bi me de me fa sa nipa ni bi ba rada no me the ambulance ne be soa cement. Ambulance no ene e de so cement no. Ye ko hwe ma yesi sa na na do dan kwa kufu ado ba. Ene ne boyfriend. Ena akwaje contract twitwiri die se omo de omo ko service Ghana ambulance. Na sika na omo de service ambulance na o Ghana no. Na etimi to brand new ambulance 307 na pepepe. Nti se one ambulance no se sika na de service na etimi to brand new ambulance. Now the host says ambulance na onsan kwa kura no na sika na ode service ambulance team to brand new ambulances no osan the treatment. Answer wonderful. Ghana, a wonderful country. Yare for da wa ye free hospital pe ambulance ni ho. Ye the contractor mo bi so on fan service ambulance na wo se ni ho asay no. That amount of sika no to brand new of the ambulance na set na ambulance na ambulance na nam one say ase enko kware no security bi to brand new osan je ambulance na osan na treatment kiasi he was there be on pekia no but the ambulance no the best cement. Hey, what a wonderful country. NPP4 NPP4
Jimmy for party job.
sometimes we get one to say and then special prosecutor say share same way say na me kan wan mo say kini fura tai man pan kwan ko fana nkoto ade so a akoy obe ha Ghana too much na special prosecutor na ko hwe so say grai ambulance nti asa be kire kwan e fata o ma Ghana ambulance e dey cost cement not that amount of money it meter brand new ambulances na e cost of the ambulance na ambulance no so e dey cost cement and so amba. Number 5, the management and disbursement of funds from the tax revenue or tax refund account of the Ghana Revenue Authority. Se Ghana buy our account to be a tax refund account. Sasi kano e koya ubia ko dosum. Hard man be there inside there. Ako boom. E koya kikri ya papa finance minister and I know a former finance minister American sa. Onim hubi afa die papa yi ye hwehwe na o se wakodoje oma pa cho NPP for no se wudi o machi a obesa o lie o ntimi mpie chairman wuntumi Ashanti regional chairman of NPP so e de Ghana din akwaji sika so kwakodua buru $10 million. Now sometimes I get confused $10 million no se o kasa wudi dua buru wo Ghana in fact o started techimaya ube dua sa kwa kan sirim no ne region asase ne nyina be dua asase ne nipa ne nyina afra $10 million e bitu dua buru no. But how on earth an administration be buy ya otimi de $10 million e she nipa ba ko pensem say fa ko dua buru abere nipa ni nim say oti kumase onua buru na over the period no wan fa buru betem kora ma buru tu dua nim say acha 6 months na watwa amana ho at the end of bell on for be a nobody in NPP's administration question chairman to me on this. Now say NDC abalance could be stand say Bruno or then they turn again to come and say witch hunting. Wow. And then what actually now two foot logo some people like you say you made it because when you're Ghana into a tata me what $10 million na for could you Bruno here ayera afi de papa you ko chino tutu na no kakra se chairman sika no here chairman sika ne ya mutu sika na ayera e chairman ya wo de azan we pa chairman e de nante azan we bi a chairman wuntumi aye na what say o na wa yare na style bi sana krachi no boa onyare chama ya sheda ena ode azan we ode azan we a chama DP free yuko Ghana is the only country in this world that Mahu say you glorify obi a odi man no bone. Obi odi Ghana din yakwaje $10 million so kwa kudua buru na buru single betem korama. Na administration had to go to ECOWAS to beg for Syria and that could feed free SHS for. According $45 million, that is the data and that's the information at the same AG at about out. So or the kwanya na wanye. E China or no investigative body wa or kwa or te Bentley or the sikana koto car kese. Na Ghana ni say command fans say why this was saying this kind of. Jeffrey Anameba, we only glorify corruption people or corrupt people. Eti nipa na ono yara ambulance ne kofa cement no. M1 no say nipa no ten ne ho a o so no se kwa di nipa na o san di bone na chi because go protect say nipa no. What a wow. Jankroma no oyiba jankroma monsa no djuma no jankroma anadoba eni ni kunu se na boyfriend adjuma omo ye no Eti na wachi na timamuni na komde na oyare a yede to obobo yamu na yede na ko ana yede ne tra motorcycle to yede na ko hospital no say ono sia kwa akodi nipa na wase di sa adwirim no achi akọ protect no. Ghana ya yama bododo eti sika so nse komde yen oman yin yo hiaman anyway another than Kwakufado, the advice now woman NPP for.
I would say to the people of Ghana, I'm sorry.
Okay.
We are sorry.
Okay.
For the poor work we have done.
Okay.
We're going to go and think about ourselves.
All right. Why are they say what me who's adi we in Temia but when too late? But nipa now we no more boom man house. You have to go and think about yourself today. I'm telling you, say some of them. And I wasn't surprised that when President John Dramani Mahama Kanchile say over 33 senior high personalities in NPP. AG doso omonsemu. Ti AG shiki omonse o doso omonsemu. Na do wogu sonye so ye shikina na wa 1p ne de utiate wakam. Ana be yomo. Yeah, of course, Jeffrey. To me first can in our dinner and or the yakaka bensem.
Minagana need you. Because they said the one we never president in Minagana need you.
Two foot through the Winnie Penny. What a man when I want down mambo 4 NPP 4. I didn't know some of your minus are.
Jimmy for party job.
Eh, some more. NPP party in the audio machia. That is how I name a bed never be. $7. I was for 1 hour with Munufi and then maybe best you have and you may I'll come back again. Now yes, I have a bot Ghana Hong Kong. Now let me know. There is this video a circulating online baby about Nana Kwame Media Cheddar. You hear that particular video? Me who video? I was a bit surprised, and I don't know why we live in societies like this. But you hear Cheddar in the bodyguard. I do maybe omoye or Ghana. In the video, Cheddar ye and a bodyguards etinachi. And then maybe a fan or something like that was trying to even follow Cheddar. Bodyguard, you know, what pushing the pana is enough. For me, nanke enough. But you could see in the video say, according the way I was call around, I say punchy, cratchy, I say, I don't know. Why would somebody think like this in the society? Say, oh, you have Cheddar bodyguard kekene. Cheddar no. Bodyguard no. Open chini party say, Sebe, oya abwa. Na dia my pa na yechichiri. Ezra TV ene de buy. They kind of society ene yechichiri say, obi timi, just a Ghana, obi timi dying home monster, ebu nipa by force, free for nothing. Look at how the guy is punching somebody. Oh no, also we are bodyguard now. Oh guy nipa no. Why guy nipa no? Elbow blows. Ewa bunting. Side nipa way police for needs to arrest him now because where look at where he was punching the man. Officer Kunu straight away for following each other. How on earth will you be doing this to your own brother in the same country? Look at this. Why would you a Cheddar bodyguard no? Who jai Cheddar no ho? Now what bob blows? I want you one more one. What about 2? What about 3? Other interfere. Look at how he's punching the man. BM. Right in the chest. Say, I don't think that was a Pier Stadium. But it's so sad. Say somebody who Nipa way doesn't even fit to be in the society where say they go to zoo. No them one kwa. Because any serious bodyguard biano enjoy ne master no another subject no dinechin enko kontokwa e won chen as no we are kwa dinechi. Now they were preventing the partner from even getting closer or access to Cheddar. Go off. Why do you punch him? But Ghana, Asemo. Ghana. Anyway, sometimes a more way in the society. They are the same people that will be who Ghana. Now say, feeling like going to Ghana because one will be a fan. Now say you follow the person. Look at how this guy is punching him. It's like as a boy being a one or bono. I don't even understand it. And this the security agencies better how my deal with security before Cheddar will come out to say I'm sorry. That's it. Wabono. So Papa Kofi, the next 1 year, nobody knows what is going to happen to him again. Nobody knows. So okonya heart attack ko wu free. Okoyare free. Whatever happens to him, nobody even cares. Nobody's even going to talk about it, and that's it. Could dia boy be achi ne ku pray free. Sometimes we can't Ghana for no to say munsu nyansa na nipa bi wo hɔ you don't even need to follow the person nipa no mo kan mo ntia se nti Jesus bona na be bo mo to say mmoa no because we nipa and just could di cheda achi ama abo say ekobo 77 for my choice of words because it's so sad say we are living in a society we do not even respect the people they know motima no. The laws in my name say you cannot fight, you don't have to punch people. We are bodyguard, I believe that you are even trained. But we have to see to the Kenya fashion and say only cheddar chi no money per free because the cheddar chi. The cheddar chi, you are punching people. Anyway, we for 1 hour with Munufi and there the basic wahana if free and I think say 9 p.m. Ghana time. I'll be back. Until you can also save the WhatsApp line. That's a BBR. And no adi uncommon boom. Piano girl, lawlessness everywhere in Ghana. Yes, that's it. Lawlessness in Ghana, and it seems that we are building lawlessness. We say in the security agencies, you don't even need to wait. Yeah, but minimum the crop pot chair and oil or mine, he even go around with bodyguards or punching nipa or mine. Minimum a dear pot chair that air or Ghana. He only knows a dear way. Now we will be papa or could ditch the chi. I'm a boo free for nothing. I could proud. Because he will be in a dark suit and your spectacles. He believes with Cheddar he has the opportunity to do everything that he wants. Anyway, but that's say when I'm now tonight 1 hour with Munufi and Tinyame Adam China. No, I 9 p.m. Ghana time. I'll be back with you now for the Minuina Abe Komono Abumbi because we need to push Ghana. We need to build a better society, and that is exactly what we are here to do. And I believe say why I know to me joining me Biano. When Tima Modia, that's a set on the metana. Sign came at 9 p.m. na FDA. Yes, I met tonight. About on the channel a 1 hour with Munufi on YouTube. My name is William Munufi. I'm going to WhatsApp line here. So it's on our screen. Bye bye.
Muntina yamsa. Nana 4 minutes wa 4 months adio. Nana 4 minutes wa 4 months adio. Namo maje da kunini. Namo maje.
Hello.